Hey everybody, it's Fran Harris. It is 11 o'clock straight up Central Standard Time on Friday, April the 5th, I believe, and welcome to a special edition of the Fran Harris Show. I'm Fran Harris. I'm broadcasting live from my office in Texas, and I wanted to do this special show because I got a lot of questions about how to become more productive in 2013. So I titled this, 3 Things You Need to Do to Get More Done and to grow your business in 2013. But I actually ended up doing 4 things instead of 3 things. So if you joined us and you hear me talking about 4 things instead of 3 things, you're still in the right place. So the email I got said, Fran, I am overwhelmed, TMI, too much information, I'm paralyzed, I'm not getting anything done. How do I break out of this mode? So if you are with me today, I'm going to share with you some things that I personally use in my business to grow my business and to keep my sanity so that I actually can get things done. And you'll find that the way I like to teach, the way I like to kind of operate my life is in very short nuggets to make sure that I'm getting stuff done and not overwhelming myself with a whole bunch of stuff. And then at the end of the day, I get nothing done. So this is going to be a very quick presentation, probably less than 30 minutes, but I guarantee you're going to be able to take something away from it, build something into your business, your existing life, whether you're talking about personal development or professional development or business development, to get you going in 2013. So as I mentioned, the email said, I'm overwhelmed, there's too much information out there, and I'm paralyzed, I'm not getting anything done. So the first part of the solution is getting clarity. What is it that you actually want to get done? What do you want to do? I know for me, clarity is such a beautiful gift because it gives me a chance to say, here's what I'm going to be working on and here's what I'm going to throw away, period. I'm not going to worry about the things that I can't get done. I'm going to focus on the things and get very clear on the things that I want to do, and then I'm going to let the other stuff fall away. So the first thing you got to do is to figure out, what do you want to accomplish by 12/31/13? By the end of the year, what is it that you want to get done? Is it that you want to gain 5 pounds? Do you want to lose 5 pounds? Do you want to add an extra $250 to your bank account over the year? Do you want to add an extra $2,500, $25,000? What is it that you want to accomplish by the end of the year? And then what I want you to do is to break it down into 30 to 45 day increments, okay? So you're going to break it down. So you're not going to be able to do this by next week. You're not going to be able to do it by, but you may be able to put a dent in your to-do list, your big to-do list, your overall large vision by 30 days or 45 days. So I want you to first of all get clarity on what you want. You know, what is it that you want to accomplish? And only you know that. So if it's, as I mentioned, if it's a personal goal or if it's a professional goal, you want to get a promotion, you want to change jobs, you want to move to a different city, what is it that you want to accomplish? And now let's break that down into 30 to 45 day increments, okay? Now, so that means that you're going to have to make kind of a to-do list of what you want to do over the next, and I like to break things down into 3 to 4 days. So by day 3, by day 4, this is what I'm going to do. By day 17, this is what I'm going to do. So you're going to break that down. You got the 30-day plan, but you're going to break down your to-do list by every 3 or 4 days, okay? So does that make sense? So you got, by day 3, this is what I'm doing. By day 6, this is what will happen. By day 9, this is what will happen. That gives you a little bit of breathing room, a little bit of space to take a breather, get something done, and then by the end of your 30 or 45 day plan, you've actually accomplished that one thing that you want to do, okay? Now, I like to go back and say, okay, I have one professional thing, I have one personal goal that I have. That's it. I don't have 17 things that I want to get done in 30 days. I don't have 45 different things I want to get done in 45 days. I've got one personal and one professional or business. And that's worked for me. It's allowed me to be very, very productive. And even if I see other things on my list, I can't get to those things until I'm done with with one personal, one professional thing that's on my list. Those things are priority. I don't do anything until I get those things done, okay? So the first thing you want to do is to get clarity on what it is you want to accomplish and then start to develop your plan. Then you want to, number 2, then you want to get focused. And this is where kind of the rubber meets the road for most of us. You want to get focused on what's happening in your life what your goals are and what you want to accomplish. So getting focused means you've got to clear the clutter. You got to clear the clutter in your personal life, meaning whatever's distracting you. Maybe you're watching too much television. Maybe you are daydreaming all day. I don't know what your personal clutter issues are. Or you got to like physically get rid of the clutter in your life. That may mean clearing out your email box so that you are not sitting there, you know, answering 300 emails a day. Or maybe your clutter is social media. You're spending too much time on Pinterest or Facebook or Twitter. Whatever your clutter is, you're not going to get anything done until you can clear that clutter. So figure out, first of all, you got to get honest about what that clutter might be. I'm not in your house, and so I don't really know what that is, but you got to get honest about what it is. I know for me, the clutter is like this person who emailed me, so much information. I got JV partners calling. I got a team to manage. I have family. I mean, there's so much stuff that's in our lives that keep us kind of overwhelmed just by the sheer nature of the amount of stuff that's in our lives. And what you have to do is to figure out, how am I going to clear the clutter in my life? And sometimes that means getting rid of people, you know, that you're hanging out with. If you're hanging out, you're going to happy hour after work every day, maybe you need to cut that down to maybe 2 or 3 times a week that you're going to happy hour. Or, as I said, if it's just constant daydreaming or social media overwhelm or whatever it is, you got to figure out a way to clear the clutter so that you can get some sanity back in your life. Another way that I think about clearing clutter, at least for me, is something I call inbox insanity. And some of you will know what I'm talking about. There's so much inbox insanity. The sheer number of emails that I get every day is just overwhelming. And I'm sure, you know, for you, if you're on multiple lists of people and you like this person, you like this person, you can do this with this person because you like them giving you this information, or whatever the reason is, and the cause is for your inbox insanity, you got to stop it, because nothing can suck your time faster than opening up your email box and looking in there and having 353 emails. It's maddening. It's mind-boggling how many emails we can get. So part of what happens with a lot of my clients is that they have electronic overwhelm, they have inbox insanity, and they don't know how to necessarily get rid of that. So if you are like me and you have a little nuttiness going on with your inbox, with your email box, a couple of things you want to do. First of all, I like to have a personal email box, and then I have business email boxes. So my personal email boxes, for the most part, that's just for my travel, my family, my close friends, things like that are a part of my everyday existence only come to that email box. Then I have an email box that's just for newsletters that I'm on. So some of the folks that I follow, I get their newsletters, those kinds of things. Then I have another email box for business, meaning financial. So I have 3 or 4 PayPal accounts. So all of the financial things that come to me come to that email box. Okay, so you want to get organized with your emails, because that kind of cures a lot of that insanity that is it's just a part of living in 2013. We have so many great tools and so many great resources, but if you're not careful, the greatness of those tools and resources will drive you crazy if you're not managing them properly. Okay, so let me go over that again. Have a personal email box. That's for personal stuff. That's your family, your friends, the stuff, you know, your travel, the things that are a part of your everyday living, everyday existence that you need. Then I have a business, kind of a newsletter box. So that's where all the newsletters go, all the great offers, people have products coming out, all of that goes there. Then, of course, I have a support email that's for my team. And then, of course, I have a financial email box. And that means that anything that comes through PayPal, ClickBank, all the other platforms out there, marketplaces out there, goes to that box. So I always know where to look for what I'm looking for, because they are organized in different boxes. Okay, so I want to recommend and suggest highly that you start to get organized and start to kind of get rid of some of that inbox insanity, because it will take your productivity to enormous heights. Okay, so that's getting focused. Next, number 3, get coaching. Okay, and this is going to upset a lot of folks, but this is just the way it is. You got to get coaching, because there's no way that's whatever gotten you to where you are today is going to get you where you need to go. It's the case for all of us, whether it was me as a basketball player, me as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman, as a CEO. Whatever got me to where I am right now is probably not going to be enough to get me to where I want to go. And it's the same with you. So the process for getting coaching is very simple. When I tell my clients, I'm like, listen, you can't follow everybody. You got to decide who you're going to follow for what specific time. And so here's what I recommend that you do. Pick 3 people, just 3 people that you're going to follow for the next 90 days. Okay? And for me, I usually just do it twice a year, 6 months and 6 months. So pick 3 people that you're going to follow for the next 90 days. You can only pick 3 people. And when I say follow, I mean you are actually going to open their emails and pay attention to what they're sharing with you, their expertise they're sharing with you. Just 3. That means that if you got, oh my God, I've got like 12 people I love, but I love this person, and I love this person, I love this person. I understand, I feel you, I really do, because there are a lot of people that I like, a lot of people I love what they're doing. But if you're not careful, what's going to happen is that you're going to be all over the place, and then you're not following anybody. Then I'm unsubscribing from this thing, and I'm unsubscribing from this thing, because now you're overwhelmed. Whereas if you only are following 3 people, it's very easy to navigate through 3 people's newsletters and their information. So pick 3. I don't know who those 3 people are for you. Pick 3 folks that you are going to follow. You respect, they've either done what you want to do, or they're doing what you want to do, and you value their input and their information, and you're going to open their emails, and you're going to do some of the things that they share that they're doing, and the things that you should do to grow your business or to improve your life. Just 3 for 90 days. Then when that 90 days is over, you need to assess your level of accountability, meaning assess your level of responsibility and how much you've actually done what you needed to do to progress as a business person or in your personal life. And you're going to reassess whether those were the 3 people you needed to follow. If you're getting what you want, then continue following those people. If you think you may need to substitute out, put somebody else in because you got some new clarity, you got some new information, you've discovered some things that are going to make you better, and so you need to add a different ingredient to your mix, then do that. And so do that every 30 days. I mean, every 90 days, right? 90 days, 3 months is enough time for you to kind of figure out whether the information you're getting is actually helping you to get to where you want to go. Now, here's the thing. You can't stop following somebody because you didn't do what you needed to do, okay? You've got to do what you need to do to be able to get what you want out of your life, because you can follow the best gurus, the best coaches out there, the best mentors, but if you're not doing what you need to do, nothing is going to happen. It's not going to happen for me. It's not going to happen for you. It doesn't work that way, right? We all know that. So pick 3 folks, stick with them for 90 days, reassess at the end of 90 days, and then figure out how you want to move forward. So that means you're only making at most 4 changes a year. So you shouldn't, if you got what you needed from those 3 people in 90 days and you think you want to pick another 3 people, that's your business. What I tend to do is I pick 3 people for 6 months. I go, okay, let's get into this relationship. Let's do it. I follow it. I put myself into it. I throw myself into it. I read their information. I open their emails. I take baby steps. I get what I need. And if I'm satisfied with that after the end of 6 months, then I move on. If I'm not, I continue with those 3 people. And I have to tell you, in the last 2 or 3 years, I followed probably the same people, the core of the same people every single 6 months. I may switch out 1 or 2 every now and then, but for the most part, there are a couple of people out there who I really believe are a right fit for me, a good fit for me, and they know what they're doing, and they're doing things that I want to do, and they've done them at a very high level. So I follow those people, and I stay with them. I stay with them, and then I have like a wild card. So I may follow 2 or 3 people, and then, or stick with the same 2, and then I may wild card substitute out 1 of those people over the next 6 months or something like that. That's what I do. That works for me. Okay, but I always have a coach in my life. Always. I always have a mentor or a coach in my life in some area of my life, because that is literally the only way you're going to be able to get where you want to go. Okay, so we've talked about getting clarity, we've talked about getting focused, we've talked about getting coaching, and then the most important thing, the fourth one, is getting started. How do you get started? A lot of folks say the hardest part is the start, right? The start is what stops most people. So the thing you have to do is to just take the leap, to get out there and just do it. You know what I didn't say in the getting coaching part? There's a different kind of coaching. You can get one-on-one coaching, you can get virtual coaching, and also I recommend that you join a community. So whether that's if you're following folks and they have a Facebook community, they have a Facebook group, join those communities. There's a lot to be said about the learning and the coaching and the peer mentoring that happens when you're in a community, okay? So I jumped out of order. Want to make sure in the coaching part that you also join the coaching community. So getting back to getting started, you have to get started. You got to figure out a way to move from the here's what I want to do and here's what I'm going to do to here's what I'm doing, okay? Everybody's going to do something. Everybody wants to do something, but very few people are actually doing what they say they want to do. So you've got to become the person, oh, hair's out of place. So you've got to become the person that actually is doing the thing that you want to do, okay? The person who wrote me said, I'm overwhelmed. I get that. There's too much information out there. I get that. I'm paralyzed. I get that. We've all felt that way, right? And we live in such a great time where there's so many tools and resources, and every time I open my email box, there is another great piece of software that I'm tempted to buy. There's another great product from somebody that I'm tempted to buy. And I've bought a lot of stuff in the name of research and in the name of curiosity. But at some point, you got to do something with the information that you get, okay? At some point, you got to get started. At some point, you have to say, I'm tired of watching everybody else succeed and everybody else get the things that I say that I want, and I'm not getting it. I'm not getting where I want to go. At some point, you've got to say, okay, I'm going to do this, okay? So let me do a quick little checklist of the things I wanted to go over. Get clarity. In fact, let's just do that. Let's just go back over. If you're just joining the Fran Harris Show, I'm going to go over what I've gone over already. Just bullet points of the 4 things I've talked about how to get more done and how to grow your business in 2013. The first one was to get clarity. Figure out what it is you want to do, okay? Whether that's lose weight, gain weight, start a business, grow your business, network more, get off of Facebook, get clarity on what you want to accomplish by the end of 2013. That's number 1. Number 2, get focused, right? Just clear the deck. Get focused, get laser focused on what it is you want to accomplish. Clear the clutter. I talked a lot about my inbox insanity. The fact that I get thousands, hundreds, thousands of emails every single day. And I'm sure you're the same way. There's so much clutter in our lives. It's hard to get things done when you don't clear the clutter out of there and you don't clear that inbox insanity. So that's number 2, get focused. Number 3, get coaching. Follow 3 folks for 90 days. 3 folks for 90 days. At the end of that 90 days, assess your own commitment and assess if those people have been the best folks for you to follow. Okay, that means you got to open their emails, listen to their counsel, get engaged in their coaching and their mentoring, and start to really put some of the things into your life that they're sharing with you. The B part of getting coaching is to join a community, right? Not just one-on-one coaching, but also join a community of people who are doing exactly what you want to do or who have done what you want to do so that you can start to gain some of the advantages of having peer coaching and peer mentoring. And then number 4, get started. What is it that you want? You know, it doesn't matter that you've gotten clarity and you've gotten focused and you've gotten your coaching if you're not going to do anything with it, okay? Get started. The start stops most people. You don't have to do it in a humongous way. Just get started. Don't try to get it perfect. Just get it, just get it started. If you want to write a book, it doesn't have to be a perfect book. Just get it started. If you want to launch your site, it doesn't have to be the most beautiful site. Get it started. Just get it started. And then you'll be closer to getting it done. Again, there are so many different resources and tools that are available to us. We're using this relatively new technology right now called Google Hangout. Folks tell me all the time they want to be on television. I want to have my own show and those kinds of things. And I say, you've got a television station right at your fingertips. with YouTube. I mean, there's nothing you cannot do in this day and time with all the technology that we have, but technology alone is not going to get you where you want to go. You got to have some commitment, got to have some oomph about you that moves you from this place of I'm going to do this one day, to doing it. You have everything you need to get it done outside of you. But we all know that what stops us, and me included, all the time, anything that I haven't done, anything that I haven't accomplished, is because of something kind of going off inside of me. Whether it's a fear of failure or a fear of success, doesn't even matter what it is. If you haven't gotten to where you want to go right now, if you haven't achieved what you want to achieve, if you haven't become who you want to become, it's just something that's disconnecting inside of you, right? And so once you figure out what that is and you have the courage to really address that, then things become much easier on the outside, because you got all the coaches and mentoring opportunities that are out there. You have all the technology and the resources at your fingertips, a lot of it absolutely free. So all you have to do is figure out what's inside of you that's stopping you from taking that leap, and then everything else will show up. Everything else will start to align itself so that you can get to where you want to go. All right. So I hope you've enjoyed this special Friday edition of the Fran Harris Show. We are live every Monday in 2013 at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And so make sure you check out the Hangouts on Mondays at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And also, I will do special Hangouts. I have a program called Made for TV. I do some special those in between my shows on Monday. So if you tune in on a Monday and you hear me talking about something called Made for TV, that's what I'm talking about. It's a program where I help folks get their brands, their message out to the masses, to the millions, through the power of television appearances. So I hope you've enjoyed this special edition of the Fran Harris Show on Friday. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you back here on Monday. Take care.